Take two. Hopefully this one works. Hopefully this one is okay. Hopefully the internet doesn't kick me out again. Fingers crossed. Like I said before, damn it, stupid. Everything's a mess. Everything's a mess today. But Tom Brady recently said in an interview with Stephen A. Smith that he thinks that the current NFL is mediocre. We have some thoughts, which we may not get into because we're kind of short on time, but we'll see how it goes. Welcome to the newest episode of SDW.
Super Darío World!
All right, Eric, so that Tom Brady guy. Bitch, huh? What a bitch, complaining about something that happened, a season after he retires. So can you hear me now? Is everything okay?
Did you say? I'm just fucking with you.
Hey, motherfucker. Do not mess with me right now. I'm beyond pissed off. I've been fighting with this thing for over an hour. It's been really annoying. I drove for 10 hours yesterday. I'm exhausted. Let's just power through this whole thing. And you know what? In fact, I don't even care about your opinion. I'm just going to play the video of Tom Brady talking.
I just think podcasts nowadays are a little mediocre.
Oh, go fuck yourself. Let me just, I'll show you the video what Tom Brady said, and then we'll just discuss it. It's like a minute.
I think there's a lot of mediocrity in today's NFL. Yeah. I don't see the excellence that I saw in the past.
Why not?
Because he was playing in the past. That's why. It's like these kids, it's old man yelling at clouds. But let's continue.
And
why not?
I think the coaching isn't as good as it was. I don't think
he's
the
watching Charger
young
games.
Players is as good as it was. The rules have allowed a lot of bad habits to get into the actual performance of the game. Mm-hmm. So I just think the product, in my opinion, is less than what it's been. I look at a lot of players like Ray Lewis and Rodney Harrison and Ronnie Lott and guys that impacted the game in a certain way, and every hit they would have made would have been a penalty.
All right, so and that's kind of the important thing of what he said. Again, we're going kind of quickly on this whole thing. I agree about the rule changes, but more importantly in the rule changes, the reffing, I think it's been the worst I've ever seen.
Well, I think the problem is the more rules that you add, the more judgment calls that the refs need to make. And the more judgment calls are made, the more people are going to call bullshit on them.
Well, the issue with the refs, I think, this season in particular, is that the NFL needs, and I mean needs, to hire for full-time refs. Like these whole part-time dentist half the year and half the year NFL ref is not working. You need somebody who's there 100% of the time, and they have the money to pay them. So I don't know why they're being cheap on this thing particularly, but it's stupid and needs to stop because the product on the field is being affected and we can see it. Like the Chargers-Ravens game is some of the worst officiating I've ever seen. It was disgusting, and we've seen it all throughout the season where the refs get kind of too involved. But
the Texans basically lost this week due to the refs.
Yeah. But more importantly, and I was looking through just, to give Tom Brady, the benefit of the doubt here because, he's the GOAT and stuff. I was going through the games this season, and the primetime games have been kind of particularly boring. Like Monday Night Football has sucked most of the season. It hasn't been particularly good. Like for week 2, Saints, Panthers, Browns, Steelers, snooze fest. Let me see. In week 3,
I think it's been like 2 good primetime games.
Yeah, I agree.
Including like Chiefs, Eagles. And
like Thursday Night Football hasn't been particularly great. Like Seahawks, Giants on Monday night. It's just, so primetime has been weird. There has been a lot of injuries and stuff. So to
me, this is the thing about, because, Brady's making the point of the rule changes and how they fucked over like defenses. And one of the points that he actually makes in the same clip is he feels like it's the responsibility of the offense, or like it's the responsibility of the player to protect themselves. Not to, the defense doesn't need to protect the offense,
Yeah.
Like all of these penalties for, oh, well, I mean, you're hitting like a defenseless roughing the passer or whatnot. It's like in the past, Brady would have to, actually keep in mind that if I throw this pass to my wide receiver and I'm just, he's out there in no man's land, he's going to get killed. Mm-hmm. I don't want that to happen. So I need to take that into consideration and not make that pass because that guy's just going to get killed and he's going to be taken out of the game.
Yeah. I understand the logic and it makes sense. So, but I mean, do you want it to be safer? I mean, for the people out there, I don't know.
It's not safer.
Yeah, true. But anyway,
There's like
I wish
10 quarterbacks are out this season.
that's actually the craziest part. Injuries are just keep piling up. Is it because people aren't, taking as many hits as they used to before? Getting used to getting hit, like the wrestling thing. Like the more hits you take, the more bumps you take. Actually, the stronger your body is.
I don't have an answer for that. Like maybe it's a thing that in the past players would just tough out injuries a little more. I don't know, because I know that happened in wrestling where they would just work injured.
Yeah, I don't know, but let me just go through these real quick. Bueller, here's my pick. Blah blah. Oh, what are the numbers, by the way? Because I think Gus Becerra is on first place still.
Gus Becerra is in first place, but he did not have the best week, actually.
Ooh, sucker.
Yeah, actually, he's in 109, still first place.
Okay.
A respectable first place for Gus. And I'm in number 2 at 107.
Ooh, catching up. Catching
Two
up.
behind.
Ooh.
And we still got plenty of games.
I'm at 104, so I'm still in there. I need like a couple good weeks. But then David Martinez, 98.
Martinez.
That guy, 75, and Gott's at 77. Anyway, I'm going to power through a lot of this really quickly because I know you're on the clock. Also, I'm exhausted. So, all right, 5 straight wins, baby. Chuck Dominguez, he's talking about his Broncos. Yo, Dario, who's your internet provider? It's Mega Cable.
Nowadays, internet providers are very mediocre.
It wasn't the internet provider. It was the computer because I rebooted it and it's fine. So it's the computer. He seems to forget that the NFL changed 2 rules to benefit him. Talking about Tom Brady. Sure, I guess. The tuck rule wasn't to benefit him. In fact, the refs are getting like the umps in baseball. Yep. Tonight's game was the definition of mediocrity. The team that couldn't score a touchdown won the game. Dude, here's actually pretty funny. I was listening to it while I was driving, and I wasn't sure. It wasn't Carlson Palmer. It was somebody else. I think it was Kurt Warner. And he said that these 2 teams have set back offenses by 20 years tonight. I was like, oh, that's just brutal. I was like, NFL still hasn't flexed any game. Sunday night is Chiefs versus Packers rather than Eagles versus 49ers. That is insane. Like, why are they so afraid of going against, the freaking AI that made the schedule? Like, it's stupid. Just flex it. Everybody and their mother knows that, like last night, everybody and their mother knows that the better game was Eagles versus Bills. I guess the issue is that they don't want to make the Eagles primetime every single week, but
why not?
I don't know, because I think there's rules about it. You like a team.
I have a theory.
What?
It's because they're in the same division as the Cowboys.
You know what? That makes sense. That actually makes a lot of sense.
Maybe the Cowboys.
Yeah, honestly, I think it's the NFL being afraid of getting sued. Dave Martinez, boo. Just far. I'm going to have to do a recount on my numbers. Sure, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, there's 1 week that we're missing his numbers. That's the problem.
Oh, just far. Send me on this week. On the comment on this week, your picks for what week was it, Eric?
I'm looking here. Week 9.
Week 9. So your picks for week 9.
Week 9 and week 10.
Just post them on this video as a comment, and we'll find them, and we'll just add them. But all right, let's just get into it, because again, we're up against the clock. So let's go through this really quickly. Thursday night football games, we had the Green Bay Packers shockingly taking down the Lions. Divisional game. The Lions could not move the ball on first down. So, the Packers defense starting to look good. It's a divisional game, but on the road beating the division leader. Good for the Packers. They're starting to, get into a rhythm. They don't look as terrible as they've done in the past. So,
and the Lions are continuing their streak of not winning in Thanksgiving.
Yep, it's a thing. Oh, by the way, Just Far says it's week 4 and week 9. So is week 4 missing too?
Yes.
All right. So just add those to a comment in this video after we're done. All right. So let's continue. Another a blowout. The Commanders, just being destroyed by the Cowboys, which it sucks because the Commanders for a minute there showed signs of life, showed signs of being competitive. Not anymore. Next,
I like the Cowboys because they're like the gatekeepers of the NFC. It's like they're gonna keep out the shitty teams that don't deserve to be in the playoffs, and then they're gonna be in the wild card and they're gonna be out in the first round.
Nice. Sure. 49ers versus Seahawks, just dominating the Seahawks. Seahawks are done, man. They might make it to the playoffs because the NFC sucks, but whatever magic they had last season is not there anymore. So we'll see what happens.
Well, they also went against the freaking 49ers,
True. True.
The 49ers are pretty much out of their slump.
Yeah,
at this point, I would say.
They're doing pretty good. They're doing pretty good. Next, Dolphins manhandling the Jets.
The very first Black Friday game.
Yep, very first Black Friday where freaking Jeff Bezos stole my freaking idea, but we'll get into it another day because I'll just get pissed. Next, we got actually on a pretty fun game, the Colts versus the Buccaneers. Pretty close, back and forth, but at the end of the day, the Colts with a backup beat Baker Mayfield and the Buccaneers. That boy Taylor, turns out he's still good. They're turning things around. The Colts are in the playoffs right now. The Colts are in the playoffs.
The Colts are a very strange team. They have like a lot of backstage stuff going on where you're like, I don't know about this.
Dude, they're 6-5 and they're in the playoffs. So they're the 7th seed. So, good on them, I guess. I don't think they'll stay there, but
the
good
AFC
on them.
is a bloodbath. You never know.
Yep. Next, we got the Giants surprisingly beating the Patriots. I had this one going differently, but all right. That DeVito kid took down Bill Belichick. He can add that another New York quarterback who can add that to his resume. New Jersey quarterback. Sorry. Next, we got the we got the Steelers and the Bengals. The
Steelers can finally move the ball.
Finally, dude. Did you see the play where the wide receiver just gave no effort whatsoever? It's crazy. The play, you can see it. I think it's like Deontay Johnson or something. The dude got benched now because of it, but. He's not supposed to do anything, but he just kind of stands there and there's a fumble. And the corner who was supposed to be blocking him gets the ball and runs with it. And the other guy just stands there. It's like, no effort whatsoever. It's crazy. It's the craziest thing I've seen on an NFL field. And I've seen a guy run in from the bench to run with players on the field just because they got an interception or something. And he blocks.
I've seen Mike Tomlin trip a guy.
I've seen the butt fumble. Like, it's crazy, but all right.
I saw a man die.
True. It's a crazy league, but it still is like, dude, the fumble's right there. Just do something. But anyway, next.
I don't know, but you know what's interesting? Like the Steelers, they fire what's his name? Matt Canada, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. So their offensive
Canada.
coordinator.
And
immediately they put 400 yards on offense, but yet they still can't score much.
Kenny Pickett is not the truth. He's not going to stay there for long, I don't think. But
after this game, I don't know.
I mean, maybe. I guess.
Hey, listen, one thing you can say: they keep winning, and now they're finally moving the ball.
Sure. And they beat a divisional rival, so good for them. Next, you got the Tennessee Titans getting Frank Reich fired. So another head coach
and a Staley.
Oh.
Not the right Staley, but I think it's one of their other coaches for the Panthers.
Yeah, so sucks for them. I mean, everybody knew it was a rebuilding year. I don't know why Frank Reich got the axe, to be honest, but sucks for him. But all right.
2 years, 2 teams that fired Frank Reich.
Yeah, back to back, crazy. I don't understand. Like, are you that impatient? Are the Panthers that impatient, dude? You're not gonna have a head coach for very long. But no, because you keep firing them. But all right. Next, a pretty fun matchup: the Jaguars versus the Texans. Like you said, the refs got a little bit too involved there, and that's probably why the Texans lost. But fun matchup.
Fucked over the Texans.
Fun matchup. Like I said, dude, I think the Texans are going to end up taking that spot because I think they're going to whoop the Colts. But sucks for them, because that would have put them in control of that division because they would have been 7-4 with the Jaguars. But what can you do?
Yeah, they can still take the division, I think, because I think they still have another game with the Jaguars.
Maybe.
Right?
I don't know. I haven't gotten too deep this week. Next, we got the Saints against the Falcons. This one I didn't even care to watch, but the Falcons won, and I predicted it.
The Falcons.
Next, got the Rams versus the Cardinals. Dude, the Rams have a better record than the Chargers, and they're on a rebuilding year. And Sean McVay almost retired because of how fucked up that he left that organization because they had no picks, they had no players, they had nobody. And they have a better record. They're the better team in LA. Granted, they do play in the NFC, but they also play in the NFC West. So, which is maybe the toughest division of football. So, what can you do?
And LA teams and New York teams feel very similar this year.
True.
Where it's like Well, no, because at least the Rams and the Giants and the Jets have the excuse of having their quarterback injured for most of the season. The Chargers just stink.
Look at that. Yeah. Quarterback. Your star wide receiver was out for most of the season. Let's say at least 5-6 games. Matthew Stafford was out for a few games, and they still have a better record. It's insane. But anyway, let's continue. We got the Broncos
Hottest win streak in the NFL.
slacking on the Browns. The Broncos continue to be the luckiest team in the NFL going up against the backup QB of the Browns. But you know what? That super elite defense was not enough to stop the Broncos. So good things are happening in Denver. And like I said,
Also, I think Myles Garrett was out with injury.
it starts with being lucky. And once you get that, like mentality of, we can do this, we can do this, we can do this, turns out good things happen. Like, let me just see this I want to see this real quick because,
They're starting to have a winning culture, man.
dude, yeah, whatever they're doing there, it's working. But again, and also they're super lucky. So this week, the Browns. Last week, the Vikings, backup QB. Previous week, the Bills. Solid. That one counts. I think that was clean.
Win.
Yeah.
I mean, the Bills are the Bills, so who knows? But yeah.
Broncos, Chiefs, sick Patrick Mahomes, but whatever. Beat the Packers the week before, before Jordan Love, started getting his act together. And that's been their streak. So, good on them. It's better to be lucky than smart. I've said it a million times.
I had that winning streak.
Sure. So, fun times up in Mile High City. Check Dominguez. Enjoy it. It's well deserved. You're in the playoff hunt. And let's see. You got a better record than the Bills. The Broncos have a better record than the Bills, which is crazy. So they're tied at 6-5 with the Texans and the Colts. So honestly, they could still make the playoffs very easily. It depends on the Chargers and those two games that they have against them.
Fucking Broncos, they let the Dolphins put 70 points on them, those motherfuckers, and they have a winning record.
I want this to be on the record. I want you to apologize, VJ and Russell Wilson. Who's VJ?
Who's VJ? Vincent Jackson?
Never. I will never apologize to that man. I hate him. That stupid wide receiver. No, VJ? Who the hell is... I don't remember talking about anybody named BJ. And you know what? I'm still not convinced about Russell Wilson, but let's see. Next, we got...
keeps winning. I'm going to give him credit. And we're 2 games below the Broncos.
Dude, the Chargers are dead. I told you. What was that? Week 9 that I said the Chargers are dead? Why doesn't nobody ever listen to me? Anyway, we got the Eagles.
Vance Joseph, the defensive coach. Oh, okay.
Okay. Vance Joseph. The guy they fired and they brought back. Cool. All right. So the Eagles versus the Buffalo Bills. This wasn't terribly officiated game. I feel like the ref stole this one from the Bills. It sucked. It's brutal. Josh Allen continues his streak of not winning in overtime. This one sucked because the Bills
6 in overtime.
The Bills were in control most of the game until they weren't, and that just shows you that the Eagles have a winning culture. They have a winning mentality. They were calm and they were able to walk away with the victory. It was a fun game to watch, but again, the refs have been ruining things left and right this entire season. It sucks.
Buffalo versus Eagles says Buffalo versus Eagles was a fun game. Are the Bills showing signs of a life, or are they too far behind to make it to the playoffs?
No, they're still there.
Still alive.
Dude, the Bills are going on a bye week, so they need it. But they're 6-6, which means that the 3 teams above them, Broncos, Texans, Colts, are tied at 6 wins. So we'll see who's gonna win out of those. Let me just see
they have a few difficult games coming up.
Sure, that's what I'm gonna say. The issue is the rest of their schedule is not particularly easy, but what can you do? By the way, you didn't put the teams that are playing this week on week 13.
Yeah.
Right.
Let me do that.
All right. So next we got but again, we'll break that down with the calendar. But when we do our next week's picks, the Chiefs beating down on the Raiders. Now it looked for a second like the Raiders might, pull off a fast one here. But no, turns out that the Chiefs they fucked up. Chiefs still have their number, and it was the expected result. Chiefs up by 2 scores. Next, we got the Ravens beaten the Chargers.
You got any thoughts on this game?
I have a lot of thoughts on this game. Now, there's
You
a
got some
lot.
thoughts?
There's
Let
a
me
lot
know.
of people. There's a lot of people saying like, "Oh man, the defense. This proves it." Blah blah. No, you got to trust the system. All that stuff. Like, listen.
A lot of very smart people.
Yeah. Like, a lot of very smart people are saying these things. Listen, I watched the game. The Ravens did not try to do anything particularly special. You know, some might say that they were hiding their playbook for the majority of the game. That's how they looked. They played very conservative on offense because they knew that the defense was going to dominate. Because the defense wasn't, they have a really good defense for starters. And they were just not afraid of the Chargers defense. And, you know, a death by 1,000 cuts is still a death. They ran for 200 yards. They dominated the time of possession. They had minimal penalties. And, you know, they just kept little by little. The only time that I actually saw them actually put a little bit into it was in the final drive where, you know, Divine Justice, that Say Flowers is the guy who ended up being, you know, the guy who scored the touchdown, the 40-yard running touchdown that just, you know, just put the final nail in the coffin for this game. It's Divine Justice because that's the guy who got drafted immediately after the Chargers drafted Quentin Johnson. And so I'm watching this game, and what is this team besides losers? Because they have a losing mentality. That's what they are. You know, like, oh, we played them close. We were there. We could have beaten them. Yeah, but you didn't. You're losers. All right? You've been losers the entire season. You've been losers since last season, right? That's what you are. That's who you are. And it, like Brandon Staley says so many times, starts from the top. And the thing that embarrasses me, the thing that infuriates me the most is the fact that the defense looked good in this game. And so now that's going to be the excuse for not firing Brandon Staley. That's going to be like, well, the defense starting to look better. They made some changes, you know, personnel changes, blah, blah, and they're working out. They could have done that, you know, 11 weeks before. They could have done that the entire freaking time. And it was, and again, the Ravens did not play particularly hard. They were hiding their offensive playbook. You could tell. And the defense was just like, well, they're just going to run it on first down anyway. So we got like, we have a free stop every single play. And they're only going to throw the ball to Keenan Allen because Keenan Allen caught, 14 passes? Everybody else, every other wide receiver, I think, caught 1. That's it. So it's Keenan Allen and nobody else. And on the defense, it's Khalil Mack, the only dude who's actually showing up every single game. Now, most of the team showed up this game. You know, good on you. You know,
Joey Bosa was up there eating his ice cream.
And, you know, I would be doing the same thing. Because the dudes, they've quit on the team. They don't care. They know you know, it's like, fuck it. Joey Bosa knows he's not going to be there next season because he doesn't want to be. And he shouldn't be. He should get the fuck out of Dodge. You know, I feel bad. The person who I feel the worst about or the worst for is Khalil Mack. Because that dude's getting up there. And he's playing his best ball. And it's like, dude, you know, you deserve so much better than this. The effort you're putting in there, you're actually trying. And to be in an organization this fucking crappy, I feel really bad. Because Justin, you know, Justin Herbert is barely entering the prime of his career. Khalil Mack is on the tail end of it. So I don't know what to say.
Super Bowl, right? Doesn't he?
What? No, he played for he played for the Raiders, the Bears, and the Chargers. None of those teams have even sniffed.
Was he with the Broncos or am I crazy?
No, you're thinking Von Miller. Yeah, you're thinking Von Miller. No. So Khalil Mack, get the fuck out of LA. Joey Bosa, get the fuck out of LA. Herbert, get the fuck out of LA. Everybody get the fuck out of LA.
Watch them go to the Rams.
Yeah, that'd be funny. And it's infuriating because, you know, you see the players there and they don't look like starters. Austin Eckler's, I'm hoping that
dude, how many games does he have with a fumble, dude? I think
it's because he's still injured, but dude, he's not playing on the level that he should. Not to be like a RB1, maybe an RB2. I don't know why the Chargers always get like smaller running backs. You should get a big bruiser. Get that guy to be your RB1. There was plenty of them on the market. Ezekiel Elliott was on the market. You didn't take him, and
Jonathan
you know
Taylor was looking for a trade.
Yeah, so there was plenty of options. You didn't take them. So
Singletary.
Again, the biggest problem is in their heads. They're losers. They're a team of losers. They're quit. Joey Bosa quit. He's up there eating ice cream. good on him. You know, be on a fucking vacation. You don't care about winning for this team because, you know, it's not going anywhere. So fuck him, all right? The only people who still care are named Khalil Mack, Keenan Allen, and Justin Herbert. And 2 of those are getting extremely injured. And another one, I don't know how the fuck he's still so healthy and is still playing on that level, but, you know, good on him. But
I'm just wondering how many fucking games are going to end this season with Justin Herbert getting sacked in 4th down.
dude, they're extremely predictable.
Did you see the last fucking play where it's like, okay, it's 4th down. Maybe Herbert can do something immediately. One of the freaking defensive guys, they just rushes him.
Yeah, one of the linebackers. Yeah, nobody tried to block him. Nobody, nothing. They know. They're extremely predictable. Again, every single first down play is a run. Every single one. And it's like,
yeah, but what I'm saying is like Tom Brady would have lost that game right there. Because it's like, oh, well, okay, I guess I'm just not getting even a second to throw the ball.
No. And so it's really fear. And, you know, that's why, listen, here's my hope. Here's my hope
Still
of
have hope.
No,
13 weeks, man.
Listen, my concern, as I voiced a few weeks ago, is that they're gonna stick with Brandon Staley until the end of the season, and then they're gonna hire Kellen Moore because he's already in the building, and they're like, well, you can take over, blah blah, and he's gonna be cheap, right?
Yeah, why don't they just do it now so we can see if
Exactly.
Kellen Moore's got something?
That's his audition. It should be his audition. Now, the dream. This week they're going up against the Patriots. It's the worst Patriots team I've seen in my lifetime, right?
Yeah.
And Bill Belichick, we hear the rumors that he's done with freaking New England, and he wants the job for the Chargers. Why? I don't know, but he wants it. So the dream would be the Patriots beat the Chargers, and that is kind of Bill Belichick sending a message like, you're keeping that guy over me? I have nobody. My roster sucks. This is the worst season I've ever had, and I still whooped you. So are you going to keep that guy, or are you going to maybe consider me? So
you know what, Gus? Gus is making a good point. Staley can't get fired because Telesco can't justify another coach. So both will leave at the end, and Belichick comes in to do both jobs.
You know, I think that might be a bit too much for the Spanoses. They have too much ego for it. I don't think.
My problem with the theory of Belichick going is Dean Spanos couldn't handle freaking Marty Schottenheimer. He's not going to handle Belichick.
Yeah. No, let's see. Let me see these comments here. They need to take notes from the Broncos. Sure.
At this point, why not?
That's why John Elway and Eli Manning didn't want to go to the Chargers. Yep. Austin Eckler has been talking way too much shit to be playing like this. Agreed. I feel like Herbert's been balling out every season, but his record is 29-31. It's because it's not a one-man team. All right. There's 3 phases of the game, and there's 52 people on the roster for a reason. He's not out there by himself. He's a quarterback. He needs somebody to throw the ball to. And if your freaking wide receiver 2 has bricks for hands, nobody's helping him. Like he
needs an O-line that actually gives him time to throw the ball.
He throws the ball to Keenan Allen. He's going to catch 95% of them, which is a pretty good, it's a pretty good average. He throws it to some of his tight ends who are sometimes serviceable. Like Everett, he's okay, but the problem is that he's always injured too, so he's never usually on the field. Then his wide receiver 2 and 3 are injured. So I believe it's Palmer and Williams are injured. Your first round draft pick has brick for hands. Like I heard a guy, it was actually pretty funny. Like did you see that when Justin Herbert went in the tent, Quentin Johnston, they took him out of the tent, and it's like, get out of here. We need this tent for Justin or whatever, the blue tent. And I kept him and he was like, no, it's because Quentin Johnston was in there and he was with the doctors like, hey, I need help with my hands. Like, well, what's wrong with your hands? They don't work. Like, but there's nothing medically wrong with them. Yeah, but they don't work. I need help. Like, yeah, but there's nothing medically, but they don't work. Anyway, the point is, that guy got benched. They said that it was a coaching decision. They got benched. Your first round draft pick is a whiff. All right, it's a whiff. And the guy you passed on, which everybody preferred, everybody was saying, save Flowers, save Flowers, save Flowers, put the final nail in the coffin, which is hysterical, and it was great. I loved it. I love seeing Save Flowers being the one who just be like, If we would have taken a dump in the end zone, it would have been even better. But whatever. 40-yard touchdown. I guess they'll take it. Let me see. Chargers drafted wide receiver without hands. Staley can't get fired. Okay, you already said that. Belichick comes in. Brady has proven to be able to win without Belichick. Bill has to prove he can't. He can win without Tom. Bring back Stickum. Listen, my favorite meme from this game was at the end. Was the head coaches? The head coaches just shaking hands. And the Ravens head coach, saying my brother's gonna have your job next year. So I can only hope that Jim Harbaugh comes in. Like I prefer Jim Harbaugh over Bill Belichick, to be honest, but because I think he brings the correct culture change that you need. Like Bill Belichick, he's Stannis, he's iron. Like you're not gonna break him. But and he comes in and he's really strict, which will be really good. Jim Harbaugh is a madman. All right, he's gonna make you run through fucking walls. So I don't honestly anybody.
But to me, the thing with Belichick is I think he would work perfectly with a quarterback like Herbert.
They're all right. So
extremely talented, but Herbert is a guy who will buy in to your system.
Maybe sure. Listen,
and that's the problem. There's been a problem with Belichick where it's like. The Patriot way and all this whole thing where it's like you gotta buy in and it doesn't work elsewhere. You need that quarterback who has all that raw talent and who's willing to actually buy into it. So it's like, hey man, like freaking I'm not convinced, but freaking if Tom Brady's going along with it, like who am I to say something?
Listen, what they need is a culture change. Your culture, you have a culture of losing. All right, you're losers. That needs to change. You need to do something dramatic. You need to fire the fucking head coach immediately. But no, you're not going to do it because you're the Chargers and you're a loser organization. You're pathetic. All right, you're the laughing stock of the NFL. And you're going to keep being the laughing stock of the NFL forever. Because you're never going to win with the Spanoses. You're just not. All right, so. And I said this a few years ago. The Chargers are fucked. Because now, when you're in LA, you think players kind of want to go and play for you. You're the ugly younger sister. Like you're the ugly younger brother. You're Eric. Nobody wants to go play for Eric, all right? Nobody cares about Eric. They want to go play for Dario, all right? Because he has his own podcast. And he's the brand.
I can show you at least 2 different leagues in which you want to play for me and not Dario.
Hey, right. I won this week, okay? I won this week. Anyway.
Who's number 2 in fantasy?
Yeah, go fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself.
Yeah. Who's number 1?
Yeah, go fuck yourself. Anyway, the point is, you're going to be, the ugly stepsister, right? For starters. Second, taxes extremely high in California, so you're losing money, or they have to pay you way more money, and you're going into a losing culture. So they were saying about the running back Mitchell. For the Ravens and how they convinced him to go to the Ravens, and it was because his dad played for the Ravens, and he was like, "Dude, we'll take care of you here. Like, I know the Ravens; they're a good organization. The infrastructure, they'll take care of you. I trust them." Nobody trusts the Chargers. Nobody wants to go play for the Chargers. You kind of end up getting stuck there, or they give you so much money that you're like, "All right, fine." So the Chargers are going to end up overpaying for B tier players or players who were A tier and they're on their way out, or they just go there to retire. They're fucked. They'll get 1 or 2 A players. They're going to massively overpay them, and they're going to keep losing because everybody else, they're expensive, but they're B tier players. Like, you can't tell me that freaking Joshua Kelly would be a starter on any NFL team. Any. You can't tell me that our cornerbacks would be starters, or again, it could be the scheme. It's probably the scheme, but I mean, at this point, it's like, how stupid can you fucking be? How many times are they going to burn you on every single play? It's ridiculous. But anyway, check the Mingus. What the fuck? Dario's taking a shot at Eric. Sure, it's the best part of my day, just taking shots at Eric. Anyway, let's move on from this stupid loser franchise.
Here winning, I don't know.
Yeah, let's move on from this loser franchise who's probably going to lose twice against the Broncos. Next.
Yeah, let's move on because I got to get a move on.
Yeah, we got the Bears beating the Vikings. How
fucking sucked.
Again, Tom Brady's 100% right, but it wasn't mediocre. It's just brutally bad football. But anyway, start ready to take notes, okay? Look how the Chargers treated their grades. Yes, you wasted Tomlinson's career. You wasted Junior Seau's career. Wasted Antonio Gates' career. You wasted Philip Rivers' career. They just waste your career. Stay. It's a toxic franchise. It's toxic ownership. Stay the fuck away from them. Again, don't give them any money. Don't give them any money. Do not attend the ball games. Do not buy their merch. If you buy it, buy them, from, again, the yo-ho section of the world. Yo-ho section of the world. If you're going to watch the games, don't watch them on TV. Go to a bar. Watch it at a friend's house. And do it the yo-ho way. All right? Don't give them any money. Because as long as the Spanoses are there, the Chargers are going to be worth shit. They're not going to do anything. Their culture is of losers because the Spanoses are fucking losers. Anyway, let's continue. Drew Brees
predict the rest of the games.
Yeah, Drew Brees got lucky. Anyway, next continue. All right, so Thursday Night Football, we got the Seahawks. To get injured. Yeah, Seahawks visiting the Cowboys. Eric, who do you like?
I think I like the Vaqueros on this one.
All right, I'll take the Cowboys as well. Home. Got picked home. Okay. Next, cool. Got the Colts visiting the Titans. Divisional game. God. Eric, I go first. The Colts are showing Sons alive. Give me the Colts.
Yeah, I'll just block you on this one. Yeah, I'll do the Colts.
Cool. Jerk.
I don't know what that means.
God picked away. Next, we got the Falcons visiting the New York Football Jets. Eric, you go first.
God, the Jets fucking suck. Like really bad. So I'll fuck with the Falcons this week. I think
you fuck with the Falcons.
And if they fuck me over, I'll just say fuck the Falcons.
I'm gonna
make a move.
I'm thinking about it.
Jets really suck.
I know, that's the problem. They really, really, really suck.
They're really bad.
But they're playing at home. The Falcons aren't particularly great. Give me the Jets. Fuck it. Give me the Jets. I'm making a move. Let's see. Right. God picked away. Next, we got the Lions visiting the Saints. Give me the Lions. I guess the Saints showing somewhat kind of signs of life, but I still think that the Lions, it was a divisional game. It was weird. It was Thanksgiving. They were thinking about turkey or whatever. This is a get right game. Give me the Lions.
I just like the Lions better, and the Saints have been a very bad team.
Sure. Got picked home. And the Saints. How weird. Next.
Gus Becerra saying, feel free to cheat off my picks. I actually found it funny because I write these as home or away.
Mm-hmm.
And his picks exactly go ha 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 ha. home away, home away, home away, home away.
Nice. Now, the first real test for the Broncos going up against the Texans in Houston. Eric, who do you like? The Red Hot Broncos or the up-and-coming Texans? Who do you like?
I'm sorry, Chuck. I think
the hot streak over? Hot streak over?
The hot streak might be coming to an end here. I'm ready to eat my words.
All right. Listen, I've been picking the Texans pretty much most of the season. I'm gonna stick with the Texans.
Oh, come on. Make Chuck happy.
I don't want to make a move with the Broncos. Kidding me?
All right. Hey, they're the hottest win streak.
Yeah, I don't care. God picked home. Next, we got the Chargers versus the Patriots in New England. Eric, who do you like?
The Patriots are so bad. I feel like it would be like malpractice if I didn't pick the Chargers. So I'll go with the Chargers, but I'm not happy about it.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Give me the Patriots.
Okay.
Give me the Patriots, baby! I don't like it.
All right.
Again, this is the worst Patriots team I've ever seen. But Brandon Staley cannot beat good head coaches. And that man may be the GOAT. So, give me the Patriots. I don't like it, but Patriots at home in December. And again, I think Bill Belichick, this is his audition for the job. This is his chance to, show the Spanos is like, this is what you can get. That man's a loser, I'm a winner. So, we'll see. Next.
What does God say?
Oh, right. Gotta pick the Patriots. Next, we got the Cardinals versus the Steelers. Eric, who do you like?
Man, the Cardinals, I I was expecting more of them.
Yeah. More from them, you mean?
Yeah,
You
and
expected
the
more
Steelers-
players on the field?
No, that's for the Bills. And yeah, I think, and the Steelers, I always expect very little of them.
I know, but they keep winning.
I'm gonna go with the Steelers. I think
Yeah, me
they're
too.
at home.
At home, the defense is pretty solid, and they're starting to move the
The
ball.
offense started to move. Yeah, starting to move.
So,
I
all right,
think,
give me the Steelers. Give me the Steelers.
All right.
I don't like it, but again, it's the team when you when you reach the water cooler next day, you're like, they won again.
I know. I don't know.
I don't watch their games because they're boring as fuck. But whatever, God picked the way. I just watch the highlights, and even those are boring. But let's
They have
continue.
highlights.
They anyway. It doesn't matter. The Dolphins visiting the Commanders. Do we? I even?
Yeah. I
Give me the
already put
Dolphins.
Yeah.
Dolphins. Yeah, thank you. All right. God picked home. Next, we got a very exciting matchup. The Panthers versus the Buccaneers. Panthers
So
with
one team that just fired the coach, so they got that little boost going, and another team that really wants to fire their coach.
Yep. But they should have, by the way.
Yeah. I think I picked first here.
Todd Bowles stinks. By the way,
I'll go. Bucks, I guess.
Bucks.
Yeah,
But-
I don't. I'm not convinced I'm Bryce Young.
No, me neither. But I think, once you start firing people, things start to change. I don't think Frank Reich was the problem, to be honest. Give me the Panthers.
I think he's gotten really unlucky.
Yeah. Give me the Panthers. And I just I
Really?
I need to make a move. I don't like it, but I need to make a move.
Listen,
And
it's not the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
sure, again, I think every single team that's fired their head coach ends up winning the next week. Or at least in the last few seasons that I remember. The last two teams I remember. So we'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
Next, but again, but none of those teams were the Panthers. Next, we got the game of the week, which for some reason,
Fucking season, Jesus.
yeah, probably the NFC Championship preview, the 49ers versus the Eagles.
The NFC Championship rematch.
I honestly do not know which one of these is the better team when they're at 100%. But I do
We
know
didn't get to see it last year because Brock Purdy just got injured.
I do know that the 49ers want this one more than the Eagles. The Eagles have a comfortable, 2-game lead for first place. So ideally, I think, they'd want to win. But they have a 2-game lead. I think they're going to hide their playbook more against the 49ers. The 49ers need this one more, so I'm going to go with the 49ers visiting the Eagles. I don't love it, but I
don't love it.
I'm going to go with the 49ers.
I don't love it either, but I think I agree, especially because of how the last season ended, where they didn't even get to have a proper game in the NFC Championship. They just, the 49ers don't have a quarterback. Bye.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go with the Niners on this one.
All right. Just Far says the Steelers only win when he picks against them. So there you go. God picked
That's how
home.
it feels.
God picked home. Next, we got the Rams hosting the Cleveland Browns. So are the Browns going to be able to pull it off? They're going to stay inside the playoff picture? Are they going to be knocked out by the Rams? What do you think?
No, I think most of that division is dead. I'm going with the Rams, who just keep winning.
All right. Fair enough. I'm going to go with the Browns.
Is Myles Garrett playing?
Oh, let me double check. That's kind of
They have a freaking elite defense, but they couldn't beat the Broncos.
yeah.
Sorry, Chuck.
Day to day with injured shoulder. Oh wait, oh no. I don't know what the update is. Sling on his left arm. Yeah, give me the Rams.
Come on, yeah, coward.
Fine, I'll stick with the Browns.
You're sticking with the Brownies?
I'm sticking with the Brownies. I need to make moves. Otherwise, I'm never going to catch up to Gus. So I need to make moves.
Yeah.
Next, we got the Chiefs. Oh, by the way, what did Gus say? Home. Next,
Okay.
the primetime game, because I don't know why, but whatever. Who
They
gives a
are in a
fuck?
win streak.
The Kansas City Chiefs against the Green Bay Packers in Green Bay. They are on a win streak. You are correct.
And it might be a snow game.
It might be a snow game, but yeah, give me the Kansas City Chiefs.
I'm gonna take the Chiefs as well. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah,
but you know what? Low key, maybe a trap game.
if the defense,
Chiefs.
if the Packers defense plays on the level that they did against the Lions, they should
And
win.
if the offense
because
plays like how they played against the Lions,
the Chiefs do not have wide receivers. So if they can stop the run and, you know, kind of maybe injure Travis Kelce in one of the plays, they'll be able to win. But we'll see.
it could
Finally,
be a trap game.
on Monday Night Football, which could have been exciting, except it's not, the Jaguars host the Bengals in Clowntown. Eric, what do you like?
Taking the Clownies on this one.
Yeah.
It would have been a fun kitty cat match, but Burrow man's out.
Yep. Pussy fight's gonna suck, so it's gonna be dominated by the Jaguars. By the spots. Pick spots. Let's see. God picks home. Was that it? Is there anything else?
Yeah.
Did you get the one?
I think those are all of them.
All right, perfect. So that's it. Got to get out of here. Eric's got to go. But let's just get out of here. As always, like this video, share this video, subscribe to this channel, all that stuff. Really helps me out. Comments, questions, or suggestions, you can find me at DarioSDW and at Super Dario World. Eric, is there anything you want to shout out?
Oh, just, you know, I don't know if we mentioned but happy Thanksgiving for the.
Oh yeah, that's right.
last
Happy
week, you guys.
Thanksgiving. Hope you had a good time. You know,
I hope you
you
all
and
enjoyed
yours.
the stuffing or whatever, you know.
Or you got
your favorite,
stuff.
dish. Everybody's got that thing where, you know, they got like their specific dish they like. I like the ham. And yeah, just thank you everybody for watching. Really appreciate it.
Just far, great podcast. See you guys next week. You will. And we will hopefully be talking about Brandon Staley getting fired.
The dream.
Go team. Yes. All right. As always, thank you for joining me, and I'll see you again next time.